Not Eddie here again with the Kai's Company. Have another community spotlight today. Today we are talking with Frank Barella from Three Natives in Pembroke Pines. Frank, thanks for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No problem. So can you give us a little bit of background on yourself, where you grew up and where you're at currently?
Yeah, so I grew up in Jupiter, Florida my whole life. At 18, I moved to Tallahassee. I went to Florida State, graduated from there. Uh, Shaking your head like you're a Gator or Hurricane fan.
So I am a lifelong Hurricane fan, but I went
Okay.
to UF because it was a so.
couldn't choose where to hate from what side.
There you go.
But yeah, so graduated from Florida State, moved back to Jupiter, lived there for I think 2-3 years after graduating, and then moved down here a little bit less than a year ago, back in November. And yeah, I've been enjoying Pembroke and all that since then. So yep, and then
so I guess what aside from opening Three Natives in Pines, what kind of drew you to the area, either business or personal? Like what drew
yeah, so business definitely. We looked at the area and it seemed like a very nice, like family oriented area. Pretty like median age and all that. And that's like kind of like what you have to look at when you're starting to open up a business, is like who your clientele is going to be,
right,
and all that. And I mean, yeah, that was the big draw of it. I was kind of ready to willing to open up anywhere. The big thing for me was that I wanted to get out of Palm Beach County, because there's a lot of Three Natives franchises and locations within Palm Beach County. I wanted to be the first one in Broward or Miami-Dade.
Okay.
So that opportunity kind of drew me down here. And then on top of that, the personal side of it, I really like being in the location I am with, we're around West Pines, because I'm a big freshwater fisher. So, you got the Everglades right here and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying that. Definitely catching peacocks, because that's something I'm not like peacock bass, because that's something I don't really do up north. We don't get them in Jupiter. So that's been cool. Yep. And yeah, I mean, I enjoy the area. It's like I said, it's very family oriented, which is cool. So yeah.
Okay. And then as you mentioned, so in your spare time, things that you enjoy doing, seems like fishing's one of them. What else do you like to do?
I like music a lot. I'm really into music, mainly like hip hop, rock and roll, old jazz. So I like to collect vinyl records. And during quarantine and everything, I live by myself. So when I'm not at the shop, I'm here and pretty much quarantined by myself. So I bought a piano, a electric keyboard, to learn and pick up piano. So that's something I've been doing lately in my spare time. Yep.
And so through the pandemic, how have you guys been at Three Natives? I know there's things, things are kind of locked down, and you can still get out, get some pickup or takeout, delivery or takeout. How have you guys been doing with that? What measures are you guys taking?
Yeah, so it's definitely been a challenge. March and April, March probably through May, were the biggest challenges. I think part of that was our name wasn't really out there yet. We were only open for 4 months and all that. So once people started learning who we are and what we do and all that, a lot of our products go with a healthy lifestyle. So ginger shots. So slowly, because we were one of the only shops open in the plaza, people were coming in. So once May started, things started to pick back up a little bit. We had to the challenges of cutting back on our orders and all that, to make sure we didn't have produce sitting there, because we really pride ourselves on having fresh fruit and all that. So that was a challenge, just mainly keeping everything clean. I wanted everyone coming in through the door to feel as normal as they could, and at an abnormal time. And part of that is just making sure they smell like citrus multi-surface cleaner, just to know that we're clean or something right when they walk through the door. So yeah, the challenge is just making sure everything's clean, making sure nothing's going to waste. But now, I mean, we've picked up. The last month was one of our best months.
Great.
You know, yeah. So right now it's like a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it's good to see. I mean, it's been a lot of work and hours put in. It's good to see like finally it's paying off and kind of getting back to normal.
No, that's cool. That's cool. So
Yeah.
I know I've been by a couple times. I've had I think it's acai or acai
Uh-huh.
berry, a couple of the bowls, and those are really like really great. You know, I'm not a huge fruit guy. I'm more of a meat
Yeah.
kind of person. But those were really good. I was really surprised the JB bowl was really good. Um, is there a health aspect that kind of got you into doing this, or I know you mentioned ginger shots as well. Can you just talk
Yeah.
about that?
Well, the health aspect definitely is promotes an active lifestyle
Okay.
and stuff. So I know like if I'm eating good, for me at least, like I got to do something active to like reflect that physically, you know.
Right.
Um, the health aspect, I mean, the ginger shots, like I said, is huge immunity response. You know, it helps with sinuses, sore throats, and that's like the golden ticket right now.
Right.
That's
Right.
so yeah, everything like we keep fresh and healthy. It's all. I like to think it's like a safer alternative to like ice cream, obviously. But I mean, I wouldn't recommend eating it at like 9 o'clock at night because then
Right.
you know it's a lot of sugar you're intaking. But
Right.
it's great fuel for to burn off like on a run and all that. I run a lot myself, so like if I know I'm running that day, putting in like 4 miles and definitely eating an acai bowl before I leave
Yeah.
work. You know,
Okay.
it's great energy. You know, healthy calories and carbs. Um, yeah, I mean, I that's pretty much yeah. We like promoting like the healthy, active lifestyle and all that. It all coordinates with each other.
No, that's awesome. So the other aspect also was you guys did the acai bowls, but you also have smoothies and you have
Hmm.
salad. Can you talk about like the menu and just some of the more popular items you guys have?
Yeah. So the smoothies that we really try to tell people, you know, to promote them is that there's no sugar added to it. You know, I'm not gonna call out like other brands, but you know,
Yeah.
like a lot of times, like places will add sugar water to kind of sweeten up, you
Right.
know, the fruit and all that. But what you see on the menu is what you're gonna get in it. You know, there's no sweetener additives or anything like that, and there's no dairy. We only use almond milk or coconut water. We use vegan plant-based protein, so there's no soy or whey. Even like our salads and all that, we make all the dressings in house,
Okay.
so they're all super fresh. You know, they're really good tasting. You know where it comes from. Our salads, you know, a lot of people that I think don't realize is we are like very vegetarian, obviously, but
Yeah.
we can cater for a lot of vegan options.
Okay.
So yeah, so if you know, we have like vegan cream cheese for your bagel. We have, you know, if you don't even gluten, for
Yeah.
instance, like with our granola, we can replace the granola for a gluten-free option, which is, you know, chia seeds, bee pollen, and hemp seeds. Um, you know, like so yeah, so our smoothies, wraps, salads. I mean, the wraps and salads are very filling. I think that's probably the best bang for your buck when you
Gotcha.
go in there, you know, because a lot of people they can't even finish the salad if they're eating in there. They'll ask for it to go box.
Oh wow. Okay.
Um, yeah, and then even our chicken salad, our tuna, both of our hummuses, being the black bean and the regular vegetarian hummus, is all made in house.
Okay.
Um,
So outside of work, you mentioned that you run and you also do some fishing. Is there anything else that we'll find you doing on the weekend?
Trying to think. Besides work on the weekend, no, I'm kidding. I did up in Jupiter. I would go out on the water a lot.
Okay.
Down here, I mean, I don't have a boat yet. You know, it's usually my friends or something. That's my age 30 goal.
Gotcha.
So I don't have a boat yet. So I haven't really been going out on the water and all that as much
Right.
lately since moving down here. But that's another thing is I love like being on the water. You know, being with friends. Yeah, college football is a big one. Sports, UFC, and all that. I enjoy watching MMA.
Okay.
Um,
And Frank, could you tell us a little bit about how you motivate your staff or how you kind of try to lead?
um, I learned that I think it's important for me to see my employees not as my employees, but as my coworkers.
Okay.
And there's nothing that I won't ask them to do that they won't see me do on another date.
Right.
I think that's very important to like work with them
Right.
as opposed to like them working for you. That's how
Right.
I
No.
always try to keep it. That way, like, they're comfortable around you. They don't fear or not fear, but they don't like dread coming to work and all that. So it's always like a positive attitude right when
Yeah.
you come in the door. And
Right.
I think that kind of like feeds into like the vibe and everything with everyone, and that like itself is like a motivating thing, and everyone, if they're all in a good mood, they can motivate each other.
Yeah.
And I think like that alone, like knowing that encourages you. So
No, definitely. I mean, the lead by
yeah,
example and knowing that you're going to be in the trenches with them is definitely true.
exactly. Yeah.
Well, Frank, thank you for the time. That's pretty much it. I appreciate it. Look forward to hearing more about Three Natives in the future and building that brand up.
Yeah. Well, maybe in a little bit of time, we'll have another interview, and then maybe my piano skills will be a little bit better too. So,
Sounds good. Sounds
all
good. We'll
right,
do
man.
that
Thank
follow
you
up.
so much again.